Hey guys, so we are going to talk about P Diddy case and let's see what has happened in the past week since his trial has begun. So from the moment he stormed into the industry, first as Puff Daddy, then as P Diddy, and finally simply Diddy, he was untouchable. He had chart-topping albums, platinum-selling artists, luxury brands, and headlines on every red carpet. Yet, behind these designer suits and award show glitz, there was a darker side to him. And now, after months of sealed documents and sensational testimonies, the courtroom doors have swung open to reveal a web of allegations that could destroy his legacy. Like we have seen that this isn't just another celebrity scandal, it's high stakes federal trial where Diddy stands accused of serious allegations. Over a dozen of witnesses have taken the stand, from ex employees to the very woman he's accused of. In the next minutes, we will be discussing everything about every detail. By this, by the time this video ends, you understand exactly how an icon fell from grace. So, section number one: the mistrial attempt that failed instantly. So, the courtroom was tense on Wednesday morning when Diddy's defense team made a bold move, a motion for mistrial. They argued that federal prosecutors crossed the line by implying that Diddy had a hand in destroying evidence, specifically evidence related to rapper Kid Cudi's car back in 2012. Their claim was that the prosecution had improperly influenced the jury by planting the idea that Diddy was behind the crime, without having direct proof. According to the defense, this was prejudicial and enough to derail a fair trial. But the judge didn't even flinch and he denied the motion immediately. He stated that there was absolutely no testimony from the witness that was prejudicial in any way, shape, or form. And just like that, the attempt to pass the trial was dead in the water. While motions like this are common in long federal trials, this was first from Diddy's legal team, and its timing was no coincidence. It came right after prosecution introduced serious testimony involving Kid Cudi's home. If the defense hoped to throw off momentum, it didn't work. The judge made it clear the trial would go on, and what followed next in court made the failed mistrial look like just the beginning of Diddy's unraveling. Section 2: the Kid Cudi incident. More than just jealousy. Weeks after Diddy's legal team failed to slow things down, the prosecution dug into the allegedly case in at Kid Cudi's home on December 22, 2011. Officer Christopher Ignacio described pulling up to a call and watching a black Cadillac Escalade registered to Bad Boy Productions speed away as soon as the patrol car arrived. There was no sign of stolen property, but the unlocked door and trespassing report set the stage for something far darker. Rumors say Cody's relationship with Diddy was like an on again and off again. Partner Cassie sparked envy, but mere jealousy doesn't explain what happened next. Just weeks later, Cody returned to the Porsche Atlas and a burnt designer handkerchief inside. Someone knew exactly how to cause maximum damage. With allegedly charges hinging on acts of violence, this episode became a cornerstone for the prosecution's case. And when you consider the Escalade link and eyewitness testimony together, it's hard to see this as anything other than a chilling escalation, one that the defense will struggle to explain. Section number 3 says that it's a claim from ex-employee where he is allegedly claiming that Diddy was going to off him. Capricorn Clark spends years inside Diddy's inner circle, and what she revealed on the stand was nothing short of chilling. She testified that in late December 2011, Combs took a person and forced them to drive him to squat in Sturi's home. And the same morning of that alleged break-in, according to Clark, Diddy leaned out the car window with a pew-pew and told her, I cannot say this on this, but it says that whatever you do, you're not going to believe it. And when they arrived, Diddy allegedly stormed the house while Clark stayed behind, frozen behind the wheel. She watched through the rear window as he pounded on the front door. Pew Pew still in his hand, every second underlining the claim that this was no mere trespass, but a premeditated knock. Clark didn't stop there. She described a pattern of intimidation and fear during her employment. Lie detector tests at random hours, like seriously. Threats against her life. If she ever spoke out in even a violent show at his Miami mansion in 2006. Through it all, she felt trapped, bound by fear and the power he wielded over her career and safety. This testimony painted a portrait of a man who allegedly used violence and coercion to protect his empire, escalating from a verbal threat to acts that crossed every line of legality. Section number 4 is explaining that a kidnapping plot revealed he said he was going to off him. And then came the testimony that killed everyone in the courtroom. Capricorn Clark, a former Diddy employee, described how in 2011 she was forcefully driven to Diddy's doorstep under orders that were nothing short of terrifying. Clark testified that Diddy hopped out of the black SUV carrying a pew-pew, leaving her alone in the car as he stormed toward Diddy's home. Man, this guy is nuts. Pew-pew drawn, fear in his eyes, and the chilling words, I'm going to dash him. Clark said she watched in horror Clark said she watched in horror as Diddy allegedly barged into the house, the same break-in officers later called trespassing. She remained in the car, powerless, as Diddy's security guard stood watch. That morning set the stage for the alleged attack that would come weeks later. But it was, man, this guy is nuts. Are you saying this? Are you listening to this? Like, he is nuts. And how did he go unnoticed for so many years? Like, these things are happening in 2006 and 2011, and they are coming out in 2025, like after 20 years, 15 years. Like, how this guy was so good with hiding these facts, and how much money was involved in this. One can imagine. So I think the next part, I think I would 10 minutes are up, and I would say that I would like to stop here and tell the rest of the news, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for watching. And if you have any, if you have any idea how can I make my content more engaging, that would help me. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.